What's going on, guys? This is Mondo from Mondification Gaming, and it's been a while, but I don't know. This Valkyria Chronicles 4, been looking forward to for quite a long time, and the demo is out, and I've been playing it non-stop. It's just such, it's so addicting, and I played the original Valkyria Chronicles. There was a remaster they did, and you can actually buy that now, and if you've never played Valkyria Chronicles, I don't even know what you're doing, because you really need to check it out. Even if you're really not a fan of strategy or or anything of those sorts, I still think that you should pick it up and give it a try, because I wasn't a big fan until I played it, and it's just, wow, it's pretty great. So I'm just going to do like a little skirmish just to kind of show you guys just what the gameplay looks like and what you can expect. Alright. So let's see. So you have your unit list. You pick who you want to be in your squad. Then you take that list and you kind of just put it down on the map here, and you get to control these guys individually when the battle starts. So I'll put you have scouts, shock troopers, lancers, which is basically your missile units take out tanks. You got your engineers, which they help repair and heal people and give them ammo. You got your snipers, and you got your grenadiers. And yeah, so let's go and put these guys down. What's really cool about this game is each different character has different potentials and people they like. So you see at the very bottom, she likes, Teresa and Brittany, so you get to really form your squad based on the people that they like, and that'll increase your stats while you play the game, and you can end up being more successful that way. But it's also how you want to play yourself, so no judgment. Let's see, we'll put Kegel in here. Eileen, definitely.
I've got this.
Definitely have to get Kai. We got Riley.
My turn.
Cool. And you see these little stars by their names. You'll know why in a second, but I'll show y'all what that means. Alright, so we're going to deploy. So people who've already played Valkyria Chronicles, the original, you can already tell just this game just looks so much better than the first one. And the first one still looks good today. It just goes to show, I don't know. Let's go. Alright, so in terms of story, if I'm correct, this game takes place, Valkyria Chronicles 4 takes place during the first game, but basically how the story goes is there's three powers. One is the Federation and Imperials, and they're basically fighting, and then they're basically fighting over this resource called Ragnite, if I'm correct. Don't judge me if I'm messing up my terminology here, but so in my turn there, so you can move each individual character, and just kind of, this is strategy, so you kind of set up who they attack, how you're going to do it. So, but yeah, so all this stuff is happening. So and there's another little country called Gallia, and they're in the middle of the two, and since they're just such a small little country, they kind of want to stay neutral, so they don't want to start any fights. But what ends up happening is you'll have soldiers who are from Gallia who will join the Federation to fight the Imperials, just so they're not openly fighting. Gallia's not fighting the Imperials on their own, because they would get swamped. So this group that you're a part of here, which is different from the first game, see, and this is how you really take out tanks the fastest right here. Boom, gone. Yeah, those tanks can just wreak havoc on your soldiers, so it's definitely for the best to go in and knock them out as fast as possible. But yeah, so this game takes place during the first game. So right now, your whole squad here, you're from Gallia, and you're fighting with the Federation in a joint operation. You guys are basically a ranger battalion. And that's actually pretty cool in my opinion. And the one thing you'll notice is I'm about to play as Kai, so you'll see what she looks like. I just love the new look for the soldiers. I think that the developers did a really good job on just how each soldier now looks now. Like, for instance, Kai is definitely my favorite. I just freaking love the cloak. It just looks so freaking awesome. And this is a sniper right here, so you can check this out. Is there an... Yeah, I can barely see him. I think I see the top of his head right there. No. Oh. There we go. I can barely see him.
Too easy.
Oh, yeah.
Nice shot.
It just looks better. Just genuinely, I don't know. I definitely love the updated graphics and just how the user interface functions. It just, everything just looks and just emulates style, and that's what I really do appreciate.
Stay close to your squad mates.
I love doing this. They actually have a new thing where you can actually sneak up on people, and this would be like a sneak attack. Or a surprise attack, excuse me. Because enemies can have a chance to dodge. They can dodge your attacks by laying down on the ground when you're shooting at them. So it's always nice to go up right behind them and take them out. Okey-doke. Let's see. I really won't be able to use her right away. This is not really a great map for Riley. She's one of the new main. Well, they're all new main characters, but she's one of the main characters that you meet later on in the game. I'll try to be spoiler free as possible, but I mean it's a demo and like it's free to everybody, so you're more welcome to pick it up. I definitely think it's worth playing a demo. If you play the demo and you complete it, you also get to save all your progress, so you don't have to repeat the same stuff over again. And let's get in here.
Try to keep losses to a minimum.
How's this?
Fire in the hole.
Enemy down.
And we'll take that.
Good.
Take this little camp.
We've occupied.
Going into his turn. But yeah, those main characters, I think it's Kai, Raz, what's his name? That's not his name's not I don't know how to really pronounce that. Claude, that's his name, Claude. And Riley, they're like the four main leaders of the squad, so when they're in the squad and fighting, you get an extra move, which is like those medallions, those CP points. You get an extra one per main leader you have, if I'm correct. Alright.
I got this.
Let's move Raz up. Genuinely, I think it's just a beta, so obviously you're not going to get to the really difficult stuff or like, you know, super into the story just because, again, it's a beta. But from what I've played so far, because you get the prologue and the first 2 chapters, which is, I think that's really generous. Usually there's a lot of games that don't even give you that much. So you get all that, and so you kind of get like a foothold on the story. And one of the things I hate the most when it comes to video games is how they're just the developers will just kind of shove everything down your throat really fast, like in terms of story, who these people are, and it gets it's pretty obnoxious. But that's not what happens here. Oh, nice.
Too easy.
Yeah, definitely Kai looks the best, and she's definitely one of my favorite characters, hands down. I guess we can send our boy Raz up here. I have to just rush up on in there. This is only on normal difficulty. As of right now, that's the only difficulty that's available is easy and normal. But like, so right now I'm kind of playing a little bit more more freedom and not having to worry too much about the enemy kind of gunning me down super fast, because then I would have to really use some strategy and kind of move all my soldiers up so they're doing the things they should be doing. But as of right now, this is the highest difficulty, so it's not really necessary. But sometimes, hey, you need to like rush. See, that guy's just chilling in the grass right there. He was invisible. Yeah, he's still alive though. But we're gonna go on and capture this base, and that's a win for the Gallian. Was it the Federation? Yes, forces. Yeah. So yeah, basically, you're from Gallia. This whole unit is, and you're joining in with the Federation to do one last suicide mission with there's supposed to be like millions of soldiers in this whole fight. So we got a nice little rank A, and the higher the rank, the more EXP and money you get. So it's always definitely, you want to go for the best. You can also replay these missions and go for the highest rank you can, and that's definitely the fun part about going back, especially when you upgrade your soldiers and they're more accurate, and it just makes the battles feel smoother. You don't miss a lot. So we'll go to headquarters to show you guys what that looks like. So if you played Valkyria Chronicles 1, this game plays very close to how the original plays, which there's a lot of YouTubers who are kind of saying what I'm already saying, so I'm not trying to be repeating verbatim, but again, I have to agree. This is such a good design choice, like to stick to the main style of the game that how the first game started. See here, you go to the command room and you can select which soldiers you want in your group, and you can take out as many as you want, put it in. That's whatever you want to do. But yeah, there's going to be more characters that you get to unlock, and so for instance, I really like Godwin. He's just such he's an interesting character. Not because you don't really get to talk to him a lot, which I don't know, maybe the story they'll be in the main game. We get to talk to these minor characters more, but you get to look up. I think the more you spend time with a soldier and use him in the field, you learn more and more about him. But like, he likes nobody. He doesn't really trust anybody. He's more of a lone wolf, which is really interesting. And you see, whoop, did not mean to do that. Where'd he go? Get back in here, buddy. Alright, yes, there's a thing called potential info, so we can look at that, and each character has different stats. So if he touches a fallen enemy, he may loot ammunition from their body, so that's a pretty good thing to do. Especially if you're running out of grenades or something. Having allies nearby is a distraction that causes a drop in evasion, so okay. Taking interception fire lowers his firing accuracy. Gotcha. So he doesn't like to be under fire. So his character's best used on his own, like going forward. Jester, I keep moving them out. Jester's definitely one of my favorite minor characters so far. He just looks different from all the others. He has such a funny attitude when it comes to the battle. He's really interesting to play with. And each character kind of has like his own little story. Like, he was a gambler and he's trying to save money to pay his debts. Maurice, that's funny. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, and you can also change the equipment these guys have. That's not necessary for him to have a rifle, because I mean he's in the tank. But there will be missions where, like, obviously he's not going to be in the tank, just like in the first game with Welkin, which that was the main character in that game. So I'm going to leave that be. Let's see. He has the R1. Yeah, you give them like better weapons, and there's also accessories that you can give your soldiers now, which is really interesting. That gives them extra stats as well. And you can upgrade all your armors and weapons, and they'll get larger, and they can either do more damage, add different status effects, or have bigger clip sizes. So that's pretty interesting. Go on, give him the good gun. because I use him quite a lot. And I gotta be honest, like, I'm genuinely... I feel like in the first game, there just wasn't, and that just may be me, but there just wasn't really a lot of attention to the minor characters. They just didn't really seem that different from each other. But then you have characters like Raz, 100% like different from everybody. Where's that character go? Then you have Farrier, that's how you pronounce her name. Like, I don't know, that's just like such a different design choice. That like doesn't make it feel like that you're each soldier is like the same. Like they're all very different, have different values, and I don't know. So who knows? So but yeah, let's see what else. Oh yeah, Kai. Here we go. Oh, I didn't know they actually showed rank. Okay, so it's the private science. Oh, okay, interesting. Cool. And then there's tank parts. You can, that's really all you can get right now. I'll show you how you do that. Seasonal auto switch. You can also change the decal on your tank, which adds different stats to the right, at the bottom right. I'm just kind of showing, just if y'all have already played Valkyria Chronicles, so this is already going to be kind of, you already know what all this stuff is. Basically, you can upgrade your rifles or whatever, and you continue on. There's blast suits that your Lancers use, combat suits. You basically upgrade them so they can take more damage, etc., etc. Upgrade your weapons and all that. And you can develop tank parts, which makes the tank stronger, have better weapons, better armor, better tracks, and all that. Also, I think right now the max EXP you can have is 10,000. The max money you can have is 15,000. So I've done a few missions and it's stayed like that. So that's what I'm assuming. You can go to the mess hall, and that's how you can talk to people, and you can learn new orders, which that's in the game, where you can give orders to your companions or to your squad, and you can increase their damage output, their evasion, and different orders like that can really help out the battle, especially if you're getting your butt kicked. Private quarters, you can actually look up your personnel and the stuff about them. As of right now, we don't know a whole lot about our squad, but still pretty interesting in itself. Loves fresh baked bread, perhaps more than life itself. Interesting. But yeah, definitely. I do love the cloak. That's really cool. I wish this is just an idea. I haven't really heard any other YouTubers talk about this yet. So I'm not trying to take credit for anything, but I really do think that there should be an option where you can create your own soldier. I think that would be so awesome to really, I don't know, like this is the 4th game in the series, and as of right now, it's still basically the same game as the first, which is good. They came out with Valkyria Revolutions, and that game was just, I don't know what they were thinking. It's like they had a good idea, but it was just executed poorly, and it just wasn't what the fans wanted. So, and it kind of flopped. So you can look up your stats. As of right now, there's only 3 missions available, and I got A rank for all 3 of them. But yeah, I really do think to make this game, in my opinion, that would make it a little bit stronger. And again, this is just the beta, so obviously the full game's not out yet, and all the not seeing all the stats, but all the different attributes of the game is not fully there yet. At least hopefully it's not. So there's more stuff to do. I truly think that having a character customization would just be awesome for this game. You're having all of these other games like Naruto, I forgot what it is, Shinobi Striker or something like that. You can actually customize your own character, and I think that just adds like your own little piece of yourself to the game you're playing. and it's being able to put your own character like in the field. I think that would just be really really interesting. And you get to, as you play the game, you unlock different armors and different cosmetic items, which again, I think that'd be a very cool concept to do. But yeah, that's really the gist of it. If y'all want to see like more missions, or you want me to play through the story, I'd love to do that. I probably end up doing that anyway, just because I freaking love the demo. I've been playing it over and over and over again just because the combat just feels really good. The characters, I genuinely do love the characters, and just they look great. So yeah, so I gave you just a little bit of history where this game takes place. It takes place during the first game, if I'm correct. I actually looked at the first game at the encyclopedia, and it talks about the first European War and the second European War, and that's what this is. I think this is the second European War. So this all takes place at the same time. So that's really interesting to me, and they kind of allude to the first game a couple of times. So, but I really think that this, if you're interested in this, you should seriously check it out. Play the demo, and really don't let my opinion or other YouTubers' opinions influence what you think. Definitely get the demo and get your 2 cents in, and really see if this is something that you would enjoy. Because honestly, I think this game right here, I have a lot of high hopes for it, and it's looking really great. I think the developers should be very proud of what they've come out with so far, and hopefully the rest of the content is as great as the beta. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Any recommendations, let me know. Well, thanks guys. This is Monda from Mondification Gaming, and I hope you guys have a great one. Catch y'all later.